Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Frisk and Namshar on Orbital Shipyard. Alright, so this is a GM level game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and let's go ahead and get right on into it. On the top side of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Protoss player. It is Barcode, but this is actually Frisk. He's a 16-year-old German player. He has attained GM status on the Korean and North American and European ladders, which means he's really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing more from this kid. And today he's going against the Blue Zerg player Namshar from Carnage Esports. Yeah, Namshar is a name you've heard before. That's right. Very solid player indeed. We'll have to see how well Frisk does against him in this classic PvZ matchup here on Orbital Shipyard. Okay. So if you're watching my other casts, there is a Railgun versus Jehovah best of 3 series going on at the 7 o'clock Eastern slot on my channel. If you're not watching those, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you do so because those games are incredible. Game 1 was just stupid incredible. Game 2 also really good too, came down to the wire, and Game 3 I have not cast yet, but I'm sure it's equally great. So we'll have to see exactly what happens there. As a probe scouts around on here to see what's going on, saw the hatch first on the low ground back, not in the safe area, but actually this low ground. Actually, just, yeah, there's a ramp down there and a ramp down there. So I guess technically these are both the low ground, but this is the front low ground as this probe tries to be annoying. 2 probes, or drones rather, actually coming to chase the probe around and try to kill it. Not going to be able to do it. I believe Frisk's control is a little bit too good for that, but he did actually pull 2 drones off the line, thereby delaying Namshar a tiny bit. There's that hatch coming out. And actually, is this a... Okay, so a hatch into spawning pool into hatch. Does check for the presence of that hatchery. Yep, Frisk sees exactly what is going on. Has double assimilator going on back at home, as well as a nexus. And he has completely walled off here with 2 gateways. So again, we've seen this before. You get the 2 nexus for the double chrono boost that you can get from out each of those nexuses. Use the chrono boost on the gateways for stalkers or for adepts. Now, usually in PvZ, that's going to be adepts. It could also definitely be stalkers, though, as that Cybernetics core is on the way. It's just not going to be Zealots. I haven't seen Zealots in early game versus Z, at least not in an aggressive manner, for a really long time. Except, I guess, in the case of proxy Zealots, sometimes on Prion Terraces, where Protoss don't want to deal with a mid to late game Zerg, they try to finish it quick. But either way, I think this is definitely going to be a Stalker or an Adept type play. I like the Overlord placement here by Namshar, setting one right here. That is not something that Frisk can see. It looks like it'd be visible, but it's technically on the high ground, so it's not visible, anything passing this way. So I like it just because this is a very popular highway for Protoss units that want to go to the south side of the map, for example, where the Zerg player is. What else is Namshar doing? Does he have any gas yet? This is a totally gasless opening. Wow. He's going to have a ton of queens and slow lings to deal with whatever is coming out here from Frisk. And it's definitely going to be 2 adepts being chrono boost out. Warp gate research on the way. Never ever leave home without that. And Pylon coming up here, I guess, to check for overlords that are scouting, or I don't know. 1 Ling does end up getting killed by the adepts, but he served his purpose by scouting. This guy, can he get inside the main? Oh, the Ling sneaks inside the main base. Photon overcharge, taking it down, though. Ouch. He almost got inside for a full scout, but there was really nothing to see. I mean, there's 2 gas. There is not any higher tech coming up yet. No Stargate, no Twilight Council, no Robotics Bay. So, I guess he didn't really lose anything there. Here come the adepts, moving on down here. There are a couple queens that try to take them down. 2 queens versus 2 adepts is not bad, except for the fact that the queens are slow, especially off creep. So we're going to see if he actually finishes this psionic transfer, and he does. Gets right into this main mineral line, trying to save drones by turning them into spore crawlers, trying to save them by turning them into spines, if you have to do that too. This adept, queens do not die to adepts, but they do take forever to kill adepts, as this adept is still alive. How many? 5 kills on this guy. Woo! Or this girl, rather. Adepts are female. And yeah, 6 drones were killed there by Frisk. That is pretty effective. Both the adepts died. Obviously, we can see that there. But 6 workers were killed. It's 41 to 40 harvesters. This gasless opening by Namshar. Does he still not have any gas? Oh, he does. Okay. Woo! Yeah, back here. Should have seen that in the first place. He'd have spore crawlers coming up. He does have 2 gas geysers. A 3rd nexus on the way here from Frisk. Basically saying there's not much that my friend Namshar can do to try to stop me because his gas was so late. Does he even have speed on the way? No, he's skipping metabolic boost entirely, going for double evolution chambers, which tells me it's definitely going to be a Roaches or Hydras, a Roach Ravager type play perhaps. That is going to be the question. Overlord running around to try to scout some stuff out. Might see these two gateways if he moves over just a little bit here. There's that Twilight Council finishing. Probably going to be Blink. Frisk, what you doing here for Blink? No, actually getting Zealot legs. What? He's getting charge and +1 attack. Meanwhile, Hallucinated Phoenix will scout things out. Again, Protoss players, get the Hallucinated Phoenix. It is so good. It is essentially free. It's a good scout unless it gets taken out by a Spore Crawler, unfortunately for it. There's that Roach Warren. There's the actually +1 melee attack. He still doesn't have speed. Is he just rushing for ultras here? I almost feel like that's what he's doing. He's going to rely on roaches in the mid-game. He's going directly to a lair here. And I have to assume into a hive and then into... Okay, there's the speed. It's just super late. Namshar was worrying me, man. You can't just go right to ultras. You got to have some speedlings mixed in there somehow to survive into that late game. Either way, there is a Warp Prism coming on out here. The Overlord placement is pretty darn good for Namshar. No actual Phoenix on the field to take those suckers down. So they should be able to live for quite some time. And yeah, that +1 just on the way. I don't know. How many Zealots are you planning on making, Frisk? You have a lot of Adepts. They do not benefit from charge. So I don't know what that's all about. More Adepts and more Adepts. You're just going for some crazy Mass Adept play, which we've seen. We saw SOS try this against Hydra on my channel just a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty effective. So I don't know if Frisk has seen this build somewhere before, but what does he have on the field right now? He has exactly 10 Adepts, 1 Stalker, and a Sentry with an Immortal on the way, but he still doesn't have any Zealots in production whatsoever. What is this? So these Adepts coming in for a pronged attack on the right side. This Warp Prism coming for a pronged attack on the left side. This is enough Lings to actually take these out, I think. Especially they're trying to focus down a hatchery. Oh boy, getting a full surround there. They're in big trouble, but here comes another attack over this way. There's a single Queen to defend against this. No, does not look good, and all those Adepts did end up dead. However, these guys are getting their revenge on their dead sisters. They're trying to kill as many drones as they can, using that Psionic Transfer ability to pop up here into this main area. Roaches are here. Roaches are pretty good, but with the Link support, they are even better. Every single Adept is going to be destroyed here. But 12 workers have been killed. 12 workers for 12 Adepts. I'm not entirely sure if that is a perfect trade. If you're Frisk, it's just a lot of lost gas is what I'm thinking here. Yeah, 300 lost gas, 1,200 minerals versus 899 minerals, and no gas lost at all for Namshar to this point. So pretty darn fancy if I do say so myself. Both players around 250, 300. Namshar playing pretty darn quick. Zergs do tend to do that though. And here comes a big Speedling attack. What are they going to do? They're trying to get a surround on something. There is an Archon morphing in here on the alt. There are the Zealots. There are the Zealots with the charge we were worried about before. Archon going to finish. Yes, it gets pushed to the front lines and then finishes. But there's nothing to kill it, which is good, because when they're morphing in, they're pretty vulnerable. And being pushed to the front line when you're morphing is not something an Archon wants to have to deal with. Actually taking down this debris. Is he planning on spreading creep up this thing? It looks like he is. He has creep tumors right outside these. Wow, right outside this debris too. He wants to spread creep up here. Give himself another attack path, which I can't argue with. Although maybe taking down this 4th Nexus might be a better thing for him to do right now. You know what? Namshar is a lot better than me. I'm not going to worry about it. Lurker Den on the way. Spire on the way. There's that hive, though. It is a sub 8-minute hive for Namshar. +2, +2. I think he's definitely going for Ultras. Hydra's popping out now here, too. It's like an Ultra Hydra type thing. Another attempted drop, but there are Roaches ready to go. Zealots do so poorly against Roaches. Here come the Lings, but there are Zealots with +1 attack. The Zerglings do have +1 armor, so they can actually take a couple hits from a Zealot before they die, but doing a full retreat, continuing to spread this creep as Namshar. Insane creep spread levels here. I like this a lot. All 3 lanes have been taken by Namshar. Queens hanging out, saying, yeah, this is me. This is my job here. 4th base, gonna finish. I don't think there's any way that Namshar can force a cancel here, unless he gets some lurkers out, like now. There are cannons for detection, which is a problem. Long distance mining here is Frisk. A big army coming down this right side. It's 82 to 65 harvesters. Woo, Frisk needs to do something now. Probably needs to kill a base, do some kind of a big attack. Warping in Zealots. Here come the charge lots into the main base while he's attacking at the 4th, or not. Actually retreating at the 4th here. Good positioning by the Queen, keeping herself alive just in time for the reinforcements to come in and help out. Another attack up here with some Roaches, but double Photon Overcharge taking those guys out, no problem at all. Hydras showing up. Oh, Hydras are the bane of Zealots' existence. Hydras are even better against Zealots than Roaches are. Look at that. Didn't even take a single casualty. Sitting on this creep Frisk is a little dangerous. Just because this creep provides vision to Namshar and tells him exactly where you are. All right, he's killing creep tumors now. He does have an observer with the army. There it is. Trailing a little bit behind and trying to drop in here. But look at all this static defense popping in here. A lot of spore crawlers, but it's going to be too late. A big attack here. Is it even really defended? There are lurkers. Oh, lurkers are a good choice to defend. Is he going to be able to get this base? No, I don't think so. Namshar defending there. Another attack up here with some lings, but the cannons and photon overcharge dealing with those guys fairly well as the same time. The zealots that were here early are here early. They're trying to take down this greater spire that is morphing in. Can they get the greater spire before lings take them down? I think they might be able to. Are drones actually attacking here too? They're trying to save the greater spire's life is what they're doing. But it's so close. It's in the red. There's a single zealot hacking away, and he does save the greater spire. He saves it. Oh, that was close, but it was scouted. So we have Void Rays on the way. There's a fleet beacon coming up. Stargates for Frisk. He definitely wants to have some type of unit to deal with those greater spire unit, the Broodlords. Tempest is usually the answer there. We'll have to see if that's what he does. Checking for a 5th base. There is not one at all, but it's 4 base to 4 base. Namshar might want to take a 5th base sometime soon. And here come the lings once again, trying to take down cannons. Trying to get rid of stuff here. A couple pylons do end up falling, but reinforcements pop on in. No, that actually, the pylon survives. The pylon lives, and this cannon too. So good hold. Taking out creep tumors. Frisk saying, I don't like how far this creep has spread in only 11 minutes. This is insanity. And he's not wrong. Creep up here on this high ground. Again, nobody ever takes this, but for some reason Namshar wanted to. Warp Prism heading right while the army heads left. Frisk doing a really good job. Doing the multi-pronged attacks. I'm sure Namshar's got to be very frustrated by this by now. Ling trying to take down a Nexus all by his lonesome. He has +2 attack. I don't know if there's enough DPS to actually kill it, though. Actually, is he taking those shields down? He is taking those shields down. The entire army responds, heads on back here. Overseer, good scout, to stop this Ling from taking out a Nexus. That is a good pickup and a big win for Namshar. Corruptors, oh, look at this positioning by the Corruptors. They want to take down this Warp Prism before it can unload its cargo. Frisk, does he going to do it anyway? Yes, he's going to try to do it. Can he kill the Warp Prism before the Warp? And he does! He gets it! And a cancel on a bunch of Zealots. That would have been so nice for Frisk, but unfortunately it does not happen for him. Lings and Queens are trying to deal with these Zealots, but I'm not sure if there's actually enough. A lot of Lings are dying. 5 kills on that Zealot before he dies. Another warping of Zealots along this left side. Ling's trying to deal with them too, but they are scary with that +3 attack, 11 damage, attacks 2, 22 damage per swipe. Now here come the Hydras. There we go. Low ground attack. Zealots can't even attack them from there. And they will die very quickly indeed. I'd be surprised. Yeah, not even a single Hydra died there. The numbers did not favor our Protoss friend Frisk. Nexus popping up. Storm on the way. And indeed Tempest in production for Frisk. Vipers. Flyer attacks, ground level 3 and ground melee +3 coming up. Does he have an Ultralisk Cavern? I don't see any Ultras here. I don't see an Ultralisk Cavern that has been constructed. There's definitely a Lurker Den. Definitely a lot of static defense. I like the use of the static defense. It's nice. It'll buy him some time. Big attack, Lings. Bad! Bad. So many Archons. Bad. Just back up. Back up. There we go. Here are the Broodlords. Broodlord, Ling. Hydralisk and Corruptor mixed on in. A big Lurker attack. Trying to take out these bases. Trying to get rid of production facilities. And actually going to be able to do it here. Might get a Stargate. Might get a Robo Facility. This Void Ray is able to kill a lot of stuff. But guess what? Here come the Corruptors. And the Void Ray has to turn its attention to the Corruptors before it ends up dying. And it does end up exploding there. Lurkers burrowing in once again. And just trying to deal with this ground attack. Broodlords using their attacks from on high as well. But the Tempest trying to focus those guys down. Trying to kill Corruptors as well. Every single Lurker ends up falling. Frisk just attacks right into those Lurkers. Does not give a care. And ends up evaporating all of them. Lings popping on in. These are fully upgraded Lings, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is going to die here. Static defense is no match for these Lings. Early on, yes, absolutely so good against Lings. But in the later stages where they have +3/+3... and adrenal glands. They have adrenal glands? No. They are so very strong. DT is a good answer, though, because Lings can't see them. Broodlords taking out a couple Zealots, but be careful. Here comes some things like Void Rays, and the Tempests are coming your way, too, Broodlords. Head back to the safety of the creep. In production is a Nidus Network from Namshar. Ooh! I like the Nidus Network. And Corruptors trying to deal with these Void Rays, but no. Archons smashing them from the ground as well. Broodlords finding a nice little spot to throw down some Broodlings, but they almost get evaporated immediately by these Archons, who do 47 damage versus biological, which broodlings are. Is this another Ling attack? Another attempted Ling attack. He needs to bring an Overseer with him. He's going to do that again because these DTs just eat those guys for lunch. If they are not seen, they are very good. If they are seen, I don't think they'll last very long. There's Namshar with another base. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. But again, Frisk has 5 bases of his own. He's managed to hold on to this Nexus, despite the fact that he has lost 7 probes. Only 7, though. 27 for the Zerg player. Upgrades here, +3/+3. Flyer attack level 1 there too, +3 attack. Shields level 1 and air weapons level 1 have been completed. For Frisk, here comes a DT attack. Overseers mixed in here though as well. That's a lot of dead gas for Frisk. Resources lost here. 3,200 gas lost for Namshar. 1,500 gas lost only for Frisk. Actually being more cost effective. I guess that is what Protoss is meant to be. Let's get rid of active forces there. And there's the Nidus. Is this going to turn into a base race? It very well might. It's 194 to 169 total supply. Frisk is actually up in supply fairly effectively. And it might just turn into a straight base race here. This army, I'm not sure what Namshar has to try to deal with this. He has some Broodlords, some Corruptors, some Lings, but the composition here of Archon, Void Ray, Tempest, really good against what Namshar is pushing. But here comes the Nidus network. Oh, one of them did get taken down by DTs. Pushing up here again as well. Gonna lose this base unless... Why is he heading back? You're gonna... these Immortals, can they finish that? Wow, look at the power on these suckers. Bam! Goodbye, Hatchery. Immortals look like they might die, but maybe the Broodlings will take them down. Broodlings are fully upgraded. What? Oh, so close. Nidus Network pops up. There are a bunch of Lings running around, but Photon Overcharge is the bane of the Zergling's existence. Big old storms on his own mineral line. I don't know if that was worth it, but more Photon Overcharge is coming up here. That Mothership Core is the MVP, man. Just absolutely holding it down. Where is she? Is she up here? Mothership Core. Oh, there she is, right over the Nexus. Yeah, I think she used, yep, all of her available energy to throw those down. She has enough for another one now, but not 4 like she did before. Is that another attempt? Yep, DT's sucking those down to the ground too. All right, Namshar backed into a bit of a corner here. He has 1 base that is mining. Does he have this one? He does not. There's a Zealot holding this down. Lings running up here with some Hydras, trying to do some attacks. They can't deal with this big army. This is such a big, scary army from Frisk that, no, I mean, absolutely not. He needs, what does he need to deal with this? Maybe a lot of Broodlords? The Voiders are so good against Broodlords, though. Maybe some Vipers to throw down some holy smokes, some Parasitic Bomb on top of the Void Rays would be good. Look out, Hydras, they're not even attack moving. Run! Run! They're trying to sneak past this army, which is pretty slow, but in the end, they're just taking huge casualties. And it is not a good look. Bit of a storm miss there, but those storms are better, greatly weakening so many Lings. The storms are a real big attack on up over here. Blinding Cloud being thrown down on these cannons to allow the Zerglings to take them down. Oh, is that one actually not making it? Actually, it just moves the attack range to 1, so actually they could attack the Lings once they're right on top of them. Here come the Broodlord trying to throw down Broodlings and take down this Nexus very, very quickly. Can they get it? It's going to be super close. No, they got it. They got it. Broodlings are going to take it down. No. What? 27 hit points. Did I call that too soon? The Nexus is still alive. I mean, I guess he had to retreat. He did take down a couple Archons there. Good micro there from Namshar, kind of doing a bit of a kite move. Oh, man. The Void Ray Prismatic Alignment just tearing through everything. Getting rid of Broodlords. Getting rid of Corruptors. Another attack up here. DTs, though, locking this area completely secure. The Lings are trying to kill stuff. They're doing okay, but every single time the DTs show up, there's an Overseer. Can they take these guys down? They're going to try to get rid of the Archons before they morph on in. Are all the Broodlords dead for Namshar? How many does he have? He has 10 Corruptors, 2 Vipers, 50 Lings. He has no Broodlords, no Ultras whatsoever. I guess he was getting the upgrades for the melee and the ground attack for his Broodlings, which is kind of cool if you think about it. Alright, it gets rid of 1 Archon, but more Zealots and more DTs mixed on in. This is the final days for Namshar, and that's it. A GG from Namshar. Namshar is defeated. Frisk is victorious, and Namshar has left the game. Yeah, just amazingly well played by both of these players. I was impressed by Frisk's defense. Most of all, I can't believe he kept this Nexus. That was a big, big play for him. He got rid of the Nidus networks. He threw down photon overcharges as necessary, stormed his own mineral lines to get rid of those Lings that were causing him so much grief and pain. Took down this hatchery with some Immortals, with some DT harassment, and just in general was I mean, he attacked every base that Namshar had. He made himself a pest. he had units in here, and here, and here, and here, and here. He never really took any damage up on this Nexus or in his main, really, up, I guess, until these links showed up. Did take some damage here, obviously there as well, but for the most part, kind of kept it contained to the frontier. Didn't really lose any big production structures except for a robotics facility that was right here. He did lose that, but in the end, it didn't really hurt him too much. Resources lost tab, 22,400 minerals lost for Namshar, 6,700 gas, 14,300 minerals, and 4,200 gas lost for our friend Frisk. So congratulations to Frisk. Well done indeed. Again, continuing to look forward to him as he just gets higher and higher on the ladder and proves his worth as a Protoss rockstar. Okay, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. You can hit that like button and hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. I'm very active out there. Every single day I'll be posting something related to StarCraft. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Wow.